In this video, I will be comparing the Seminole Frontier and the Pegasi Toros in off-road capability. Starting up with the approach and departure test. The approach angle of the Toros is only 5 degrees, which is absolutely crap. However, if you actually look at the vehicle, when it's scraped, the bumper isn't actually touching. This is due to the hitbox being slightly further down than the bumper is. The departure angle of the Toros is 15 degrees, which isn't bad for an SUV. With the Frontier having a departure angle of 20 degrees and an approach angle of 25 degrees, considering it is an SUV, that is very good. The Frontier only just manages to make it through the first challenge.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist.
The Toros only just manages to make it through as well.
So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not.
The Frontier got a lot further than I was expecting. It got to the third block just after the arrow, about halfway down. The Toros also surprised me. It got a little bit further than the Frontier though. Now it is time for the breakover test. The breakover angle and ground clearance of the Toros is not up to scratch at all. Even though both of the cars look around the same height, the ground clearance of the Frontier is a lot better than the Toros, and it's the same story for the breakover angle.
Trusting you are, and nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters.
On the drag race, the Frontier got off the line a lot quicker than the Toros. This is because the Frontier has a lot more off-road traction than the Toros does. However, the Toros has an awful lot more power and that quickly gets it back ahead.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from apart.
Now on to the braking test. The brakes of the Frontier are pretty average. Due to the poor breakover angle of the Toros, quite a lot of power was needed to get it over the crest, therefore the results won't be as accurate. though the Toros was coming down the hill quicker than the Frontier, it still managed to stop before it, therefore it receives the point. The approach angle of the Toros completely stopped it even getting over the first section of the axle clusters. Quite embarrassing really. Considering how bad the Toros did, I am still quite surprised how far the Frontier got up to. Now it's time for the power test. I've got a feeling we all know which car's going to win this one, but we'll do the test anyway.
Oh yeah, the boy can play. Dedication, devotion, turning on the nighttime into the day. Do the song about the sweet love and moon. And do the song about the night. When you do the walk all night. Yeah, you do the walk all night.
Suspension travel on both the cars is very, very similar. However, both of us concluded that the Toros had that slight advantage over the Frontier.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground. Won't be turned around. And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground. And I won't back down.
On the first section of the drivetrain test, the Toros did make it up with a couple of issues. The Frontier also had a couple of issues. However, I personally think there was a bit more wheel spin.
Will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground.
On the second section, the Toros made it up with an awful lot of issues, but even so, it still managed to get up.
Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't.
On the second section, the Frontier did not make it up. This is due to its width. So then, what's my verdict on these cars? Should you avoid them, consider them, shortlist them, or just buy them? I reckon you should shortlist the Toros. It's a very, very good car for the money. However, its grip really does let it down. However, for the Frontier, I think you should avoid the Frontier. It is more expensive than the Toros. Its off-road capabilities are worse. It does have more grip and customization. However, the performance of the Frontier really is appalling, as you saw from the drag race, and even so its top speed, you will struggle to get it past the 100. So the top speed is also pretty shit.